Hi everyone, my name is Aurora and welcome to this video. Today we're taking a dive into my first ever Canadian haul, which is, weird and surprising considering I've been doing retail detox for 4 years now. So it means like I just had to buy these items because there was no way around it. The reason why is because I just moved to Canada and I have to survive my first ever Canadian winter. This haul consists of two different piles. One pile are hand-me-downs from my dear friend Alyssa Temple, and the other half are from Value Village, which is the first time I ever went shopping there. I was super excited and I scored some amazing things. So if you're interested to find out what are those items that I got to survive my first ever Canadian winter, please keep on watching, and maybe while you're at it, no pressure, but you could also click that like button, that notification button, and maybe even, if you're feeling wild, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss on any future uploads. So let's get into it first with the items that Alyssa was so kind to gift. As you might know, hand-me-downs are my favorite way of obtaining clothes. It's like, yeah, I love it. Because then you have a piece of clothing, yes, which is also higher quality because it already survived somebody else wearing it, but there is also that memory attached of that special person that gifted you the clothing, so every time you wear it you remember them, and they're just too precious for me. So the first item that I have from Alyssa is this beautiful navy blue coat made of wool. It's super heavy and super warm. I love wearing it to run some errands and things like that when you want to feel cute, because the cut is just, it's everything. Look how cute it is. Anyway, that's the first item. Then I miss my old clothing rack. I really do. I'm gonna have to get another one here. Anyway, the second item she got me is actually a pair of clothes. It's this bomber jacket and some pants. This is like a snowsuit situation. Both of these items are underlayer, they're very puffy, super warm, and also waterproof. I've been wearing both of these items either separately or together while going out on walks with my dog when it's raining or it's snowing and when it's less than -10, just to survive, because honestly the winter in Canada is a whole different thing. I didn't believe them, but now I do. Anyway, thank you so much, Alyssa, for gifting me these items, because they've been a lifesaver, especially in the period between arriving to Canada and trying to survive the winter before going into the Value Village. So, really, thank you. So that concludes the gift section, if you will. Now let's get into the things that I got at Value Village. Also, by the way, considering the fact that we went to Value Village with Alyssa because we didn't know how to get there, we also don't know what brands are higher quality and things like that, and we don't know any tips or tricks on how to actually thrift in Canada, because thrift market in Canada and Croatia are two separate, totally different worlds. So I'm out of water here. But not only that, her parents were there with us, so we managed to get a senior discount of 30% extra off. So this whole shopping experience was not only very fun, very productive, but also super cheap, and I'm all about that. I'm actually paying tuition for the first time in my life, so any way of saving money is so welcoming. Now let's get started with that Value Village haul. The first thing that I have is this beautiful blanket scarf in olive green color. It's super warm, super cozy, and I just know I'm gonna wear it every time that I have to go to university, but it's -20 degrees outside and I just want to stay in bed, because this will trick me into believing that I actually stayed in bed, but in the end I ended up being productive, so can't lose with this one. You could also wear it like a poncho or just like this. It's super dramatic and I'm all for that. Then the next thing that I got is something that you might have already seen on TikTok. Yes, you've heard it here first. I'm on TikTok now. 2024 is the year I finally said, okay, yes, I'll go under the peer pressure and made a TikTok. So you can find me there. It's the same handle as here on YouTube. I'm gonna put a link in the description, and I hope I'm gonna see you there, but no pressure. Let's get into this item. It's like a cropped sweater situation, super warm, made from real wool. It has these cute little flowers on it. and it actually had an original tag intact on it. So the original price was like $65, and I got it for 25, which is amazing. Then again, continuing with that whole green theme, I guess, we have this beautiful long parka, super warm, super cozy. I just love it. I'm super lucky to actually score something like this. And by the way, it was very funny in Valley Village because I saw 3 identical jackets. This was one of them. And there were 2 others by 2 different brands. And then Alyssa and I were just standing there for like 5 minutes, trying to weigh which of these jackets is like the heaviest, which of them has the least amount of wear and tear, which of them is not covered in like mysterious stains or whatever, you know, the hazards of shopping secondhand. And we ended up going with this one, which, fun fact, wasn't actually priced the highest, and I got it for $22, which is just amazing. Then we have like 2 pairs of fleece leggings, very winter patterns, if you will, nothing super exciting, but needed nonetheless. And then we have 3 pairs of gloves. First pair are like heavy duty snow mittens for super cold weather. Then we have these beautiful, delicate, dusty rose gloves for when I want to feel a bit more polished and when it's not too damn cold. And then the last pair, I can't believe I actually got them, are these very fancy bourgeois gloves, if you will, made of leather with some fake fur on it. I honestly never thought that I would voluntarily buy a pair of gloves like this because I associate these gloves specifically with like Croatian grannies going to church on a Sunday because they all have them, and I always thought of them like old-fashioned and things like that. But now I go to Canada where it's super cold and I need my gloves. But I also sometimes want to feel a bit more polished and a bit more fancy, if you will, and none of these regular gloves would cut it. So I just had to go for them. All of these 3 pairs of gloves were like $15, like some. So that's also a very good deal. And then in the end, something very exciting and something I didn't thought would happen because first of all, I have no idea what my size in Canadian shoes is. But also, you know, somebody giving away shoes, it might not feel too sanitary, might not be of great quality and things like that. So I was very like skeptic when it comes to shoes, but Alyssa proved me wrong because she fetched some amazing pairs, starting with these ones. I've already been wearing them a lot. They're my first ever creepers. They have these high bottoms, which makes them warmer because they're like your feet are removed from the cold frozen ground. And then they're also made with real wool, like full on the inside, everything is layered, and on the outside it's actually cow skin. I'm not a super fan of the fact that it's real leather. It kind of creeps me out, but honestly I would rather buy it secondhand than something new like that because I don't want to support that industry. But on the other hand, I don't want that sacrifice of that animal going in vain and having skins thrown into trash or burned as trash or whatever just hurts my soul even more. So I'm gonna cherish them for as long as they hold. And I mean, they're super warm. I can't deny that fact. I was actually too warm in them the other day because it was only -15 when I was wearing them. The second pair that Alyssa found were actually these boots. I haven't worn boots like these, especially brown boots, since like elementary school because my mom used to pick those for me. I don't usually wear brown and I have no idea how I'm gonna style this, to be honest, but we just knew we had to find something that is super warm and super high because in like deep snow situations and things like that, it's the only way to keep your legs warm and dry. So there is that part. They're by Morel brand, apparently very famous Canadian brand. So famous actually that these boots, we only found one. It says in it to ask literally for the second one because people might actually steal them because of how fancy they are or whatever. So that was an interesting situation to go ask for the second shoe. But anyway, yeah, these are the booties. I don't know, you let me know in the comments how to style boots like this. Like, do you even try to be stylish during Canadian winter, or do you just like go with the flow, put a blanket on and call it a day? And finally, the last piece of this haul is something that I can't believe I'm actually showing you now. Why? Because as we were walking in Valley Village, Alyssa and I, trying to find all these shoes, I was telling her how crazy would it be if we found like hunter shoes, like hunter boots, because for at least 10 or 12 years now I've had hunter boots on my wish list, but they're so damn expensive. I just couldn't never make myself spend so much money on rubber boots, like what the heck. Anyway, as I was telling it to her, we turn a corner and on the other side in the different aisle are hunter boots. And I'm like, oh my god, no way. There is no literally way that I was just mentioning them and now we see them. And I told her, imagine how funny would it be if they were actually my size. Drum roll, please. Here they are, my very own hunter boots in my size, and they cost less than $10. Instead of like paying 150 for them in Croatia, I got them for less than $10. And they have also a cute floral pattern, and they're in green. Like, I didn't even know this like pattern hunters existed, and I'm just so damn excited to wear them in like spring, because it's a bit too cold right now for them, but you know, springtime I will wear them. And also look at this inside. Look how cute this is. It's amazing. Anyway, yeah, that would be my sustainable haul, my first ever Canadian haul. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope it inspired you to swap clothes with your friends and to also go to local thrift stores instead of buying something new. You never know what type of like treasure you might find at a thrift store. And by the way, I heard like a great hack. January is the best time to go thrifting because all the rich people are going through their new year, new me blah, blah, situation, and they're dropping a lot of clothes because they're decluttering their hoarding situations. So, you know, if you have time and if you have money and you have a need, that's the most important part. If you have the need for new clothes, maybe go to the thrift store instead of like a shopping mall. Maybe that could be your New Year's resolution. So, a side note from the retail detox perspective, because I was so hesitant to go shopping, we took as much clothes as we could from Croatia here because I didn't want to throw it all away and then go shopping for another clothes. Like, oh, there's too much garbage, too much fast fashion, too much everything. And I just didn't want to go through all that process and then contribute to the landfills and all that jazz. So when we were leaving Croatia, I decluttered like a lot and gifted it to youth in need in Zagreb. But when we got here, I was very reluctant to go shopping, and I tried to prolong that period for as long as I could. But the winter was just a bit too heavy for us, and we just had to get some layering pieces, some top pieces, some shoes that are actually Canadian winter proofed. I honestly hope that these 3 pairs of shoes will get me through my whole PhD program of 5 years, and the jackets as well. So there is that part. And I'm also super grateful for the fact that I have somebody like Alyssa in my life, and Alyssa's parents as well, who are so kind and who want to spend their time making sure that, you know, me and my husband are ready for winter. It makes you not feel alone in a new country, which is amazing. And we also had a lot of fun thrifting. And if you told me like just a year and a half ago, before I met Alyssa in Zagreb, that one day I would come to Ottawa, that I would go to Valley Village and thrift there with her along my side, I wouldn't believe you, because it just seems like a dream come true. And it was such a, you know, amazing experience. She's a great shopper, she's a great thrifter. She found us these amazing pieces. I mean, my husband, he's like fully set for the whole winter with some designer pieces, which is mind-blowing. And we didn't end up spending a lot of money, so we can afford to pay rent this month as well as my winter semester tuition, so that's great. Anyway, please let me know if you ever moved to another climate. How did you cope with that situation? Did you go thrifting there, or did you go find some like high-end brands there that are very trusted and things like that? Did you just drag everything you could from your home country there? Or did you just like suffer through it because you didn't have another choice? Please let me know in the comments down below, and maybe we can help each other to get some insights into how to survive changing climates, changing societies, and things like that. Anyway, that would be all for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope it inspired you to go secondhand. And I hope that maybe you'll go down the rabbit hole of content on my channel related to retail detox. And maybe you actually decide to stop shopping in 2024 and see where it gets you. I think this is my last shopping that I'm gonna do in a while. In the last 4 years, I went shopping 4 times. Once when I was a bridesmaid for my cousin's wedding, once when I was supposed to graduate and I just had to get something like fancy to do my oral in, and then the third one was when I was getting married, so that was like I had to get some things, and now this is the fourth time when I'm moving, and this is actually signaling to me that shopping, it doesn't have to be a hobby. It doesn't have to be something that you have to do every month, every time the trends come and go, or every time this new season comes and things like that. But that you can just reserve it for some special occasions when you actually need some new items. You don't have anything that you could use, and you just need to get some things to get you through that period or through that situation or event or whatever it is. But I would just want you to stay mindful of the fact that you shouldn't then seek the special occasions, have like an excuse for going shopping, but instead to really sit with yourself and think, is it really that special occasion? Is it really the fact that I don't have anything in my closet that I could restyle, rewear, or whatever? And then when you do go shopping, please be mindful of the fact that now that you are shopping, it doesn't mean that you can just go and splurge and, you know, buy many items and come home with like super big bags or whatever need. You're gonna fulfill it, and that's it. That's the whole thing. The dopamine hit can come from the fact that you know you're settled. You don't have to go over the board. It's been so long since I filmed these long videos, I have no idea how to end this one, so bye!